It's a pretty big compliment to be respected and held in high regard by the boys. I mean, it's one thing to get over with the fans, and to have that big WWF merchandising machine Vince has behind you. That can always help get you over. But to have respect of the boys in the dressing room took a lot more work. Just because you may be the champion, didn't mean the boys liked you. When you looked at a champion like, say, a Warrior, or a Sid, yeah, they got a pretty good reaction at some arenas after hitting their music or maybe a power bomb, but when they came through the curtain nobody really cared, you know. I remember Sid often would get ribbed, 'cause the boys would tell him they'd meet him at the hotel bar, but everyone would say a different one. So Sid would spend all night going from bar to bar looking for the boys. Finally he'd stop at the local gas station at about 2 a.m. for a sandwich and call it a day, you know. But that wasn't the case when I became champion. When I became champion, the boys would always wait behind the curtain to shake my hand, and really thank me for restoring a lot of pride to the championship. They knew the business was safe with me, which I took a lot of pride in, you know. They knew things were always going to be okay with Bret Hart as champion. Which is why when Vince wanted to put the belt on Shawn, I just knew it was a mistake. A guy like Shawn may have been over with the kids who liked that sort of cartoon flying stuff. But when he'd come back through that curtain, the only guys there to greet him was the Clique. Which wasn't exactly a ringing endorsement. I mean, nothing says you're doing well like showering in an empty dressing room while Triple H waits to hand you a towel. I remember Vince calling me on the phone during Shawn's first run. I was on my hiatus, and had been helping Julie with some stuff around the house. My kids had been in a pretty intense school program, and thought maybe I could help them get over a bit. So I'd help them with their entrances at the school. I showed them the importance of greeting everyone in the school hallway, how to slap as many hands as you could but keep moving on. That sort of thing. Then Julie handed me the phone one day, and it was Vince. Vince asked if maybe I could share some sort of wisdom with Shawn so the boys would maybe look up to him more. I told Vince I couldn't help him. I said a guy like Shawn has to ask himself, and won't be told anything. I remember hanging up the phone and just looking at my dad, Stu. I remember talking it over with my dad, explaining my thoughts. My dad finally just said the promoter chooses the champion, but the boys choose the promotion. Which is just sort of an old school shooter's way of saying that a champion needs the support of the boys to be successful.